Hello everyone, my name is Rehan Marketing Wala and I am a foundation level student at Rehan School Online Academy. Today I am coming with another interesting interview with Microsoft. The topic of today's interview is sky. When we look up, the sky gives a beautiful view of clouds and rainbows. The sky also helps us observe weather and learn about the atmosphere and space. I have prepared some interesting questions about the sky and message Microsoft will give me the answers. So let's start it. Hello Microsoft, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. How's your day going?
I have prepared some questions for you and you will give me the answer. The topic today is sky.
Absolutely. That sounds like fun. I'm ready for your questions about the sky. So feel free to start whenever you're ready.
My first question is what is sky?
The sky is essentially the vast expanse of atmosphere that we see when we look upward from the surface of the Earth. It's that beautiful dome where we see clouds, the sun, the moon, and the stars at night. So it's basically the layer of gases that surrounds our planet, and it's what makes our sky look blue during the day.
Okay, so my next question is why do we see the sky above us?
We see the sky above us because we're essentially looking through the Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere is this layer of gases surrounding our planet, and when sunlight hits it, the light is scattered in all directions. This scattering gives the sky its blue color and creates that beautiful view above us.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sky usually look blue during the day?
Well, the sky appears blue during the day because of a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. When sunlight enters our atmosphere, the shorter blue wavelengths of light are scattered in all directions by the gases and particles. This scattered blue light is what we see when we look up.
Okay, so my next question is why can the sky look different at different times?
The sky can look different at different times because of changes in the angle of the sun, the weather, and particles in the atmosphere. For example, at sunrise or sunset, the sky can appear red or orange because the sunlight is passing through more atmosphere, scattering out the shorter blue wavelengths.
Okay, so my next question is what is atmosphere?
The atmosphere is the layer of gases that surrounds our planet. They're made up mostly of nitrogen and oxygen, and it acts like a protective blanket, regulating temperature and making life on Earth possible.
Okay, so my next question is how is the sky connected to Earth's atmosphere?
The sky is basically what we see when we look up into the Earth's atmosphere. In other words, the sky is the visible part of the atmosphere that surrounds our planet.
Okay, so my next question is does the sky have an end?
We can think of the sky as not really having a definite end. It's more like it gradually fades into space. As you go higher and higher in the atmosphere, the air gets thinner until you're basically out in outer space.
Okay, so my next question is can we touch the sky?
Well, it might feel like you can reach out and touch the sky, but in reality, the sky is just the atmosphere around us. So even though we can't hold it in our hands, we're already in it.
Okay, so my next question is what can we see in the sky?
We can see all sorts of wonderful things in the sky. During the day, you might see clouds drifting by, and of course, the sun. At night, you'll see the moon, stars, and planets dotting the night sky. It's really a whole world up there.
Okay, so my next question is why is the sky important for studying nature?
Well, the sky is incredibly important for studying nature because it's like a giant window into our planet's atmosphere and beyond. By observing the sky, we can learn about weather patterns, climate changes, and even astronomical events that shape our understanding of the universe.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sky look bright during the day?
During the day, the sky looks bright because sunlight is scattered by the gases in the Earth's atmosphere. This scattering is most effective at shorter wavelengths, like blue light, which makes the sky appear blue to our eyes.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sun appear in the sky?
Well, the sun appears in the sky because the Earth is orbiting around it, and we rotate once every 24 hours. So, as the Earth spins, the sun appears to rise in the east and set in the west, making its journey across our sky.
Okay, so my next question is why does sunlight make the sky visible?
Sunlight makes the sky visible because it illuminates the particles in the atmosphere. When sunlight hits the air, it scatters in all directions, and that scattered light is what makes the sky bright and colorful for us to see.
Okay, so my next question is what is sunlight?
Sunlight is actually a form of energy that travels from the sun to Earth in the form of light and heat. It's made up of different wavelengths, including the visible light that we can see.
Okay, so my next question is why can the sky look white near the horizon?
That's a great question. The sky can look white near the horizon because the sunlight has to pass through more air to reach your eyes. This scatters the light even more, mixing the colors and giving it that whitish appearance.
Okay, so my next question is why can the sky look deeper blue higher above us?
The sky looks a deeper blue higher up because there's less atmosphere for the sunlight to scatter through. With fewer particles overhead, the blue light remains richer and more intense.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sky sometimes look pale?
The sky can sometimes look pale when there's more moisture or particles in the air. This extra stuff in the atmosphere scatters the sunlight more evenly, making the blue color less intense.
Why does the sky look different in different seasons?
The sky changes with the seasons because the angle of the sun and the amount of moisture in the air can vary. In different seasons, the sun's path through the sky shifts, and that changes how light is scattered and how the sky looks to us.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sky look different in different places?
The sky can look different in different places because the atmosphere varies from one location to another. Differences in altitudes, air pollution, humidity, and even latitude can all affect the color and appearance of the sky.
Okay, so my next question is what is sunrise?
Sunrise is the moment when the upper edge of the sun first becomes visible above the horizon in the morning. It's basically the start of a new day when the sun begins to light up the sky.
Okay, so my next question is what is sunset?
Sunset is the opposite of sunrise. It's when the sun disappears below the horizon in the evening. It's the end of the day, and it usually brings those beautiful colors to the sky.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sky change color during sunrise?
The sky changes color during sunrise because the sun's light has to pass through more of the Earth's atmosphere when it's low on the horizon. That extra distance scatters the shorter wavelengths of light, leaving those beautiful reds, oranges, and pinks that we see as the sunrise colors.
Okay, so my next question is why does the sky change color during sunset?
The sky changes color during sunset for the same reason it does at sunrise. As the sun gets lower in the sky, its light has to pass through more of the Earth's atmosphere. The extra distance scatters the shorter wavelengths of light, leaving us with those beautiful red and orange hues.
Okay, so my next question is why can sunset look orange or red?
Sunsets look orange or red because of the way sunlight is scattered in the atmosphere. When the sun is low on the horizon, its light travels through more air, scattering the shorter blue wavelengths and leaving the longer red and orange wavelengths more visible.
Okay, so my next question is why can the sky look pink or purple?
The sky can look pink or purple when the sunlight is scattered even more, often by particles in the atmosphere, like dust or pollution, or after a rain. This extra scattering allows more of the red and blue light to mix, creating those lovely pink and purple hues.
Okay, so my next question is why are sunrise and sunset different from one day to another day?
Sunrises and sunsets can look different from one day to the next because the atmosphere and weather conditions are always changing. Cloud cover, humidity, and even air quality all play a role in how the colors appear each day.
Okay, so my next question is how does the atmosphere affect sunrise clouds?
The Earth's atmosphere acts like a canvas for the colors we see during sunrise. Different layers of the atmosphere scatter sunlight in unique ways, and clouds catch that light and reflect it back to us. So the atmosphere and clouds together create those beautiful, ever-changing sunrise colors.
Okay, so my next question is why can cloud make sunset look? Okay, so my next question is why can cloud make sunset look beautiful?
Clouds can make sunsets look beautiful because they catch the sunlight and reflect it back to us. When the sun is low, those clouds scatter and reflect the warm reds, oranges, and pinks across the sky, turning a simple sunset into a stunning display.
What causes the sky to become dark after sunset?
Well, the sky becomes dark after sunset because the sun is no longer illuminating the part of the earth you're standing on. Once the sun dips below the horizon, there's no direct sunlight reaching you, and so the sky gradually turns to night.
Okay, so my next question is what is cloud?
Clouds are basically made up of tiny water droplets or ice crystals that form when warm, moist air rises and cools. As the air cools, it can't hold as much moisture, so the water vapor condenses into those droplets or ice crystals, creating the clouds we see in the sky.
Okay, so my next question is how are clouds formed?
Clouds form when warm air rises, cools, and condenses around tiny particles in the atmosphere, like dust or pollen. Over time, those condensed droplets gather together, and that's how a cloud is formed.
Okay, so my next question is why do clouds float in the sky?
Clouds float because they're made up of tiny water droplets or ice crystals that are so small and spread out that they can stay suspended in the air. The air beneath them is often warmer and less dense, so it keeps them aloft, almost like little atmospheric balloons.
Okay, so my next question is what are the main type of cloud?
There are actually several main types of clouds. You've got cirrus clouds, which are those high, wispy ones. Cumulant clouds are the fluffy, cotton-like ones you might imagine. And then there are stratus clouds, which are more like a continuous gray layer across the sky.
Okay, so my next question is how are clouds connected to rain?
Clouds are basically nature's rainmakers. When the water droplets or ice crystals in a cloud gather enough moisture, they become heavy enough to fall as raindrops. So clouds are the starting point for rain.
Okay, so my next question is why do clouds have different shapes?
Clouds come in different shapes because of the varying wind patterns, temperatures, and amounts of moisture in the atmosphere. All those factors influence how clouds form and what shapes they take on as they drift across the sky.
Okay, so my next question is how does the sky help us understand weather?
The sky is like a natural weather indicator. Different types of clouds and their movement can give us clues about upcoming weather, like storm clouds signaling rain or clear skies suggesting calm weather.
Okay, so my next question is what causes rain?
Rain is essentially water that condenses in the atmosphere and falls back to the ground. So it's part of the water cycle that keeps everything in nature hydrated.
Okay, so my next question is what causes lightning?
Lightning is caused by the buildup of electrical charges in a cloud. When that charge becomes strong enough, it creates a powerful spark of electricity that we see as a lightning bolt.
Okay, so my next question is what causes thunder?
Thunder is actually the sound that lightning makes. When a lightning bolt heats the air super quickly, that air expands fast and creates the booming sound we hear as thunder.
What is rainbow format and how is a rainbow?
A rainbow is created by the interaction of sunlight and water droplets in the atmosphere. When sunlight enters a raindrop, it slows down and bends, a process known as refraction. Inside the droplet, the light is reflected off the inner surface, and then it refracts again as it exits. This process splits the light into its different colors, forming the circular arc we see as a rainbow. This comes from Yonkers Pattinson Bay article.
Okay, so my next question is, why can we see rainbow after rain?
We often see a rainbow after rain because the air is still filled with tiny water droplets. When the sun comes out and shines through those droplets at just the right angle, they act like tiny prisms. This bends the sunlight and creates that beautiful.
Question is, how different from a cloud?
Fog is basically a cloud that forms right near the ground. Both fog and clouds are made of tiny water droplets, but clouds form higher up in the atmosphere, while fog stays close to the surface.
Okay, so my next question is, why does the moon appear in the sky?
The moon appears in the sky because it orbits the Earth, reflecting sunlight back to us. It's basically our natural satellite that we see as it moves through its orbit.
Okay, my next question is, does the moon produce its own light?
No, the moon doesn't produce its own light. It simply reflects the light of the sun. When we see it shining brightly in the night sky, that's really just sunlight bouncing off its surface.
Okay, so my next question is, what are the phases of the moon?
The phases of the moon are the different shapes the moon appears to have over a month. They include the new moon, first quarter, full moon, and last quarter, along with the crescent and gibbous phases in between.
Okay, so my next question is, what is a full moon?
A full moon is the lunar phase when the moon is on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun, so its face is fully illuminated by sunlight. It appears as a complete bright circle in the sky.
Okay, so my next question is, what is a new moon?
A new moon is the phase when the moon is located between the Earth and the sun. So the side of the moon that is lit by the sun faces away from us. In other words, the moon is essentially invisible to us in the night sky.
Okay, so my next question is, why can we sometimes see the moon during the day?
We can sometimes see the moon during the day because it's still reflecting sunlight, and depending on its position in the sky and its phase, it can be above the horizon while the sun is out.
Okay, so my next question is, why does the moon look brighter at night?
The moon looks brighter at night because there's no competition from the sun's light. In the daytime, the sun outshines everything, but at night, the moon's reflected sunlight stands out beautifully against the dark sky.
Why is the moon important to Earth?
The moon is really important to the Earth for a few big reasons. It helps stabilize our planet's tilt, which keeps our seasons consistent. It also creates ocean tides, which have a huge impact on marine life and coastal ecosystems.
Okay, so my next question is, what are stars?
Stars are massive glowing spheres of hot gas, primarily hydrogen and helium, that generate light and heat through nuclear fusion in their cores.
Okay, so my next question is, why do stars appear to shine?
Stars appear to shine because they emit light from the nuclear fusion happening in their cores, and that light travels across space to reach us.
What is the Milky Way?
Milky Way हमारी own galaxy है जिसमें हमारा सौरमंडल और लाखों करोड़ों तारे शामिल हैं। ये एक विशाल चक्करदार आकाशगंगा है और हम
Okay, so
बिल्कुल
Mama,
हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक है. Let's keep going ahead in English. Feel free to ask me anything else.
okay, so my next question is our sun a star?
Yes, our sun is absolutely a star. It's actually a pretty average sized star compared to the billions of others out there in the universe.
Okay, so my next question is, what is planet?
A planet is a celestial body that orbits a star, is massive enough to be rounded by its own gravity, and has cleared its orbital course of other debris.
What is astronaut?
An astronaut is a person who is trained to travel and work in space, exploring outside of Earth's atmosphere.
Okay, so my next question is what is a meteor shower?
A meteor shower is a celestial event where numerous meteors are seen radiating from one point in the night sky. It happens when Earth passes through a trail of debris left by a comet.
Okay, so my next question is how does the atmosphere after upper temperature?
The atmosphere acts like a blanket. The atmosphere is like a protective blanket that helps regulate our planet's temperature and keeps conditions just right for life.
How do satellites help us study Earth?
Absolutely. Satellites are like our eyes in the sky. They help us observe Earth's weather patterns, monitor climate changes, and study the planet's surface in incredible detail.
Okay, so my next question is okay, so my next question is what is telescope?
A telescope is an instrument that allows us to see distant objects in space by collecting and magnifying light. It helps us explore stars, planets, and galaxies.
Okay, so my next question is what is the most interesting thing about the sky?
Oh, this scummy is absolutely fascinating. One of the most interesting things is how it changes colors throughout the day, from the warm hues of sunrise and sunset to the deep blues of midday.
Why should we continue exploring the sky and spaces?
Exploring the sky and space is how we uncover the universe's mysteries and expand our understanding of where we come from and what's out there. It's a journey of endless discovery.
Finally, Microsoft, what is studying the sky important for understanding Earth, weather, and spaces?
Studying the sky helps us track weather patterns and understand changes in our climate, which is crucial for life on Earth.
Thank you, Microsoft, for answering all my questions about the sky.
You're very welcome. It was my pleasure to chat about the sky.
Okay. Today I learned that the sky is much more than we see above the. It helps us understand Earth's atmosphere, weather, clouds, the moon, stars, and the amazing world of space. This interview made me more curious about science, nature, and the universe. I hope you enjoyed this interview and learning something useful and interesting. Thank you everyone for watching and supporting me. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep looking up. See you in the next interview. Allah Hafiz.